I want you to stop just for a couple of beats. Did you feel that? Did you feel the silence? Now, for some people, it can feel unnatural because we're so used to noise that we forget what it's like to truly listen. So have you ever noticed that in most conversations, nobody's actually listening? It's like everybody is just waiting for their turn to speak.
Double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lord. You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
And here's the truth. Most people, they're not listening. They are just waiting. And the reason why might shock you. So I see it everywhere. I see it at dinner tables, in meetings, even between close friends. People are talking, yeah, for sure, but they're not actually hearing. And look, I get it. I used to be exactly the same. I would listen just enough to respond so that I could then answer in a way or say something that would be smart or it would make me right. But then I learned something that changed absolutely everything. True listening isn't about hearing the words. It's about stepping into somebody else's reality. It's about understanding what is underneath their words. Because if we're going to be real, we're going to be honest, it's not often that we feel truly seen and heard by another person. So I want you to think about the last conversation that you had. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Were you really listening? Or were you thinking about what you were going to say next? And if we're completely honest, you will probably say that you were listening to be able to answer, to be able to work out what it was that you were going to say next. But here's the really weird thing. You only notice that now because I've drawn attention to it. Most people, they don't even realize that they're doing this. And so here's where it gets a little bit crazy, I suppose. In a world where everybody is desperate to be seen, we've stopped seeing each other. People, they'll go to insane lengths to be noticed. They'll go to extreme fashion. They'll get surgery done on their body. They'll start this outrageous behavior on social media just so that they can be noticed. But what if I told you that the real power is not in being seen? The real power lies in seeing. Because the most magnetic person in any room, it isn't the loudest person. It isn't the one who listens the deepest. It is the one who makes others feel like they matter. And if you're the kind of person who wants to actually connect, not just exist in the same space as others, then this is for you, because real listening means putting your wanting, so real listening means putting your wanting to the side. You need to put aside your need to be liked, your desire to be interesting, and just be present. And it sounds really simple, but let me show you just how rare this actually is. Because the truth is, listening is the most generous thing that you can do. It's the best gift that you can give to another person. I want you to think back to when you were a kid. You might have been tugging on your parents' sleeve saying, "Mom, Dad, look at me." Do you remember that feeling? That feeling of needing to be seen, that needing to be heard, that needing to be held. That doesn't go away as we move into adults. It just evolves. And in adulthood, it shows up in subtle and sometimes more desperate ways. You see, the person who dominates every conversation, the one who overshares, the one who can't stop checking their phone, all of them, they're just sending out this message that's saying, please see me, please hear me. And what if I told you that by just truly listening to others, you help heal that need? Now I want you to try something. Next time that you're in a conversation, instead of waiting to respond, just listen. No interruptions, no Me Too stories, just full, undivided presence. Try it for one conversation and see what happens. Because here's what's crazy. When you truly listen, people will open up to you in ways that you've never seen before. Because people can feel when they're actually being heard, and they're drawn to it like a magnet.
She's here because she wants to be.
So if you want to be unforgettable, don't be the most interesting person in the room, be the person who makes others feel seen the most. So think about this. When was the last time someone truly listened to you? No distractions, no agenda. It was just pure presence from that person. Now, it feels rare, doesn't it? But that's why it's so powerful. When you practice this, when you become that rare person who actually listens, you'll notice something amazing. People, they will start seeking you out. They won't know why, but suddenly they will feel safer with you. They'll tell you things that they've never told anyone, because deep down, everybody is looking for one thing, and that one thing is intimacy. And intimacy, it's not romance, it's not attraction, it's simple. And I heard this described by a gentleman called Peter Crone. He described intimacy as into me see. Blew my mind when I heard him say that, just that simple word, into me see. So here's your challenge. What I'd like to invite you to do is today, in one conversation, just drop your agenda, drop your need to respond, and just listen. And when you do this, I want you to come back and tell me in the comments what you noticed, because I promise you, the results, they're probably going to shock you.
Wow, look at this. Do you know what this means?
So if this has shifted something for you, then please hit that like button. If you've ever felt unseen, unheard, or overlooked, then please share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because at the end of the day, listening is the greatest gift that you can give. And the best way to be heard is to hear first. Try it, and I think that you'll be pleased with the results. See you in the next video.